Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Fucking muted. Fucking muted. I'm always muted. I'm always fucking muted. What's up, guys? Welcome to Law Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. I did a Crypt Keeper impression. but you couldn't hear it because it was muted. Because I was muted.
White bread ass niggas, man.
Anyway, what's up, chat? I'm back. So my apologies. I did a whole show on locals yesterday about where I've been. I'll give a very, very brief summary, but we're going to get into the show today. My apologies again. I caught a virus and it kept me between 101 and 104 temps since Wednesday. They kind of subsided Sunday or Monday. I don't even know what day. And then, but now my whole mouth fucking hurts. So it's nice. It's good. It's good. But we'll be doing the show here. Yeah. We're just doing it. We're going to do a fucking show, obviously. Like, that's the whole purpose of this thing, I think. Did it take this long for Rumble to start? What is it? Oh my God. My hair's a disaster. I need to get a haircut. Everything's bad. Everything's terrible. Mongoose Dog says you aren't a comedian. I know. I've never told a joke in my life. But yeah, so here we go. We've got a show tonight. We're going to talk about, I don't know, it's just some shit I've seen going on. The Trump hush money case has started. Marco Rubio won't vote for black males. I don't know if that's like bigoted. I'm not sure. There's a Minnesota state congresswoman who state senator, just got arrested for some crazy shit. Is it that hard for you to eat something? Yes. Literally, yes. Holy shit, that's been the problem lately. No, I said I caught a viral infection and my whole fucking mouth has been in pain for days now. And so I have to eat really like soft foods when I can. And most of the time I've just been asleep like 18 hours a day, pretty much every day. So that's been a blast. I'm finally getting energy back. And right as this thing kicked off, I'd gained 10 pounds and then I lost it immediately. So that's good. But on the recovery, things are much better today than even they were yesterday. I didn't do a full show yesterday. I just did the local show because of how uncomfortable I was. But that being said, we're not going to sit here and talk about the AIDS diary of Nick Rekieta. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world, I guess. And then we'll rebuild from there. Of course, I had wonderful plans to be starting at 11 tonight, and that got thrown right in the fucking dumpster like it always do. Because why would things go as planned when they could go not as planned? With that, I'm looking for my little scrapey thing, but I can't find it. Doesn't matter. I don't need it right now. I just thought I saw it earlier. With that, we're going to get into, I guess, the show. I hope you guys have been doing well. Look, I have left the Rumble or locals. The local stream I did yesterday, I've left it open to the public. Anybody can go watch it. It's got announcements about what will be, what I have plans for locals. I have plans for Rumble and all of that stuff. That's all kind of in there. So I don't have to talk about it here because I don't want to sit here for, an hour doing that. I know people get annoyed with that. But monolith in the background. Yes, this is my Xbox fridge. It's been sitting under my desk and I thought it didn't work. This is when you know you're fucking old, right? You know you're old when you're like, wow, I got this cool Xbox fridge. It's not cool. It's really stupid. Like, it's not even big enough to hold a Monster Energy drink or any other like bull semen infused liquid that gamers would drink. So it's only for like sodas. But that's fine, I guess. But I got it and I plugged it in and like it lit up and everything. And I was like, well, it's not cold though. And it didn't get cold. So it just sat there under my desk for a long time being not cold. Well, this is stupid, but I didn't really care. I don't need a fridge in here. I just grab the drink when I come downstairs for my show. Turns out there was a switch on the back that said on or off. In like letters, it's like on, off, and it was on off. That was where the switch was. So now it's cold. So, but that's the old thing, right? Is when you have a piece of technology that you don't understand, like a refrigerator, and it isn't working. It's like, well, did you turn it off and on again? Like, did you press the switch? And you're like, what's the switch? Do you see that thing? It's sleek. There's no switch. There's a button right here. It would be for a disk drive, but there's no disks. Ooh, it's kind of. Oh, it's moaning. It turns the lights off up top. But yeah, see, these are Monster Energy drinks. They only fit laying down. Kind of like whores in the back of a Cadillac. They only fit laying down. If there's a Ford Fiesta, you'd have to chop them up or bend them like a pretzel. Oh shit! What was that move? Never mind. That's for a different show. That was that Reacher, right? When he had to fit the guys in the back of the car, like the Mexican guys that he killed. It's like, well, they don't really fit, so he just like broke all their bones and pretzeled them in there. That was gross. Anyway, so yeah, it turns on now. Turns on. It doesn't, but it doesn't play video games. So don't be surprised, but I don't either. But let's see. Almond John 1 says, sup, biatch. Hey, man. Damien Gorilla Grip Gershwin says, best 80s sitcom song to make love to. Doogie Howser. I don't know if it's Doogie Howser. Isn't it St. Elmo's? Wait, that's not a sitcom. St. Elmo's Fire is good. Like, you want to be a man in motion. Probably. I think that's how lovemaking works. Maybe it's just Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name? Because that implies something good's happening, I think. People Pleaser says, how was court today? Was it good to be back in the saddle practicing law? No, I wasn't there. Obviously, that's the joke. Very, very sick. Again, and the mornings are particularly rough. So I was vomiting this morning. That was fun. That was new. But it stopped, so that was good too. But yeah. Anyway, with that, we've got... Oh, I got to get Rumble over here. Last Frontier says, rumor has it April missed her court date. Is she alive? I don't know. You'll have to ask her. And then Atlas Knife and Tool says, your neighborhood anvil salesman here. Oh, yeah. One of my products got nominated for coolest thing made in Iowa. Wait, you make that? Check it out and help a couple veterans at coolthingia.com for the Atlas Bladesmith Forge. Dude, I had no idea you made that thing. I've seen that thing on Forged in Fire like a million times, right? Like the guy sitting there shoving the metal in and out, like as it gets all heated up. And then he dumps it in the oil and goes, and like, yeah, the Forge, that thing's awesome. I had no idea that was what you made. That's cool, dude. Am I pregnant? Oh, God, I wish. That'd be good. But anyway. Oh, my. Nick is knocked up. Here we go. Yes. Oh, that would actually solve all these complaints, except for... Wait, no, I was going to say, except for how much my mouth and throat hurts. Except we learned from Megan Fox a week ago. Oral conception. Oral conception is possible, even with twins, as long as it's from the Bachelor guy. See, Goody, it's coolest things. No, coolest thing IA. IA is in Iowa, you reprobate. Coolestthingia.com. Why don't I just, here, I'll show you guys what the, if you guys have ever watched Forged in Fire. You'll know what this is. So what is the coolest thing made in Iowa? This is notoriously warm, though. Like, that's the whole purpose of it. Dun, 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 dun. We got to see what the... Where are the things? God damn it. Vote. Here it is. It's this one. The Atlas Bladesmith Forge. As seen on Forged in Fire and hundreds of YouTube videos, right? It's this little propane forge. You hook up a propane tank to this thing, and it makes it go boom and fire, and then you can put metal in there and get it soft and malleable. Like the mind of a child in the hands of a Nazi. Probably not the ad they're looking for, but yeah, if you guys care about this at all, it'd be really cool if you'd go ahead and throw Atlas Knife and Tool a vote here on the Bladesmith Forge. I mean, this thing is awesome. I've seen, again, Competition Forge. I voted for it. Yes! I'm doing my part. So there you go. Gareth Simmons. I'm sure they will. I think I'll be okay, buddy. Don't worry. I'll probably actually just be in jail. That's where I'll be. From now on, I'll do my show from jail. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this show. Oh, people, make me smile. But so what's going on, guys? I have seen, where the fuck is this? So much shit going on. And I came up with the most important thing. Not really, but this is a good lead into, I guess, some, we'll call this a soft open. I know none of you care about this, and you shouldn't. But this is actually kind of weirdly important. So, Dungeons and Dragons has a new adventure. And it's one of the big ones. If you don't know how D&D works, let me nerd you out for just a second. I know. You're like, oh God, this is what I tried to escape virginity for so long to get away from this. And then now here's bringing me back. But no, so D&D works like this. Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, whoever it is who's running it at the time, they have a thing. And they go, we want more money. So then they make another edition of the same thing and start all over with all the same shit, slightly different, right? So they're now on 5th edition, which is morphing into this 6th edition, which is called D&D 1, which is definitely going to be the final edition, just like Windows 10 was, except for Windows 11. But don't pay any attention to that, because once they need more money, there will be another edition. This is how all of these things work. But so when you see these like adventures, like the Vecna adventure, this is an old school campaign that's been around forever. But now it's better, because now it's infused with entirely more 2024 than ever before. It is the new Vecna campaign, or new Vecna adventure, is about the importance of consent. Now, guys, I want you to realize what we're talking about here, because you may be thinking sexually, and that would be disgusting. That's not what we're talking about at all. This is about consent in the general senses, and this is where Dungeons and Dragons tries to make you a better person, because this module, instead of being written by a fat virgin guy with ball hair coming out of his stomach because his stomach ate his testicular sac, it is now written by a woman with the same conditions. All right. So Vecna Eve of Ruin is a D&D campaign about discovering secrets, but consent is crucial when getting NPCs to open up. Now, this is written by Molly Russell. Oh my. Oh wow. Oh God. How to not get kicked off of YouTube. How to not get kicked off of YouTube. I trust her advice on everything that is not charcoal gray or darker implicitly. Oh, shit. So back to here. So that's who wrote this. So we know this is going to be important. More details about Vecna, Eve of Ruin, were shared in a press event on April 10th, and they reveal a surprising theme in the upcoming D&D book, The Power of Consent. It's like the Care Bears, right? Like they all got around and hypnotized a woman with their little Care Bear stare, and they're like, behold the power of consent. Consent, right, Snow White? That's a crossover, but it needed to happen. Senior game designer Amanda Hammond. She has ham in her name. Oh, no! Oh, wow. She's not actually hideous. Amanda Hammond Kunz is an American game designer known for her work on the Pathfinder role-playing game. Okay. Now, she looks actually like a normal person-ish. Yeah, here. I'm not ashamed to show her picture. Hello, Amanda. Amanda, you look like a nice person. There we go. I have nothing bad to say about you until I read this article. Let's see. Amanda Hammond says the campaign challenged you to stop Vecna and his cults who steal secrets non-consensually. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the concept of theft, but as a lawyer, I have expertise in this issue. And as a black man, I have even more. Theft is implicitly non-consensual. The theft of a secret, stealing it, is automatically non-consensual. You don't have to say non-consensually stealing. I stole your car non-consensually. Well, I'm glad you didn't steal it consensually, at least, I think. I'm not sure how that works. Quote, even before this adventure begins, Vecna has been embarking on a plan that's many years in the making, Hammond explains. Yeah, Vecna is like the undying wizard. So, yeah, yes, he's a fucking lich. But, okay. He's been instructing his cult, which is across all D&D planes and all D&D settings, to specifically extract important and powerful secrets. These secrets come from stolen documents, infiltration, and kidnapped nobles. All without consent, guys, just in case you didn't know that. Every stolen secret serves Vecna's ritual of remaking, which Hammond says will give him enough power to remake the multiverse to his own will. Can it be that bad? Like the current multiverse isn't great. But secrets can be used to stop Vecna too, provided they're shared freely. This is an actual game mechanic. Like if you uncover a secret, well, we'll read about it. I read this and I was like, I don't even know why I clicked on this. But early in the D&D campaign, the heroes are searching for some missing nobles. And they end up interrupting one of the cult's rituals. Cleanup was easier. As a result, Hammond explains, they absorb a little bit of Vecna's power and some of his personhood. Just the tip. They're able to use that to harness the power of secrets in a good way and use this power against him. Look, if this sounds retarded, right? It's because it is. Okay. This sounds like the logline of a fucking Captain Planet-esque knockoff, right? Harness the power of secrets in a good way and use this power against bad. Good secrets are better than non-consensually stolen bad secrets. Who comes up with this shit? These people are sitting around going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach fat white guys about the power of consent. They're like, how? Are you going to like go around and have sex with them or something? But like ask them first? No. Why would I do that? Instead, I have a better plan. I'm going to take one of the most iconic adventures about an Arc Lich taking over the Faerun and actually all of the multiverse which results in some of the most powerful but cursed magic items in the entire game being placed in the hands of adventurers to come to the epic conclusion of a high-level campaign to literally save the setting that they're in, or to end it and maybe move on to the next edition as it's coming out, because that's kind of what the Vecna campaign was supposed to do for Dungeon Masters and stuff. Ow, I just bit my tongue. That hurt. I'm gonna use that to talk about the power of secrets. And they're like, but shouldn't that be like a level 1 to 5 campaign? Like, couldn't that be about kobolds or like brigands or some guy who's like extorting maidens or something? No, it's got to be the big one. Because consent, is that important? Like sexual consent? Nope, just secrets and stuff. Teaching about theft. There's a class in there, I think they're called a thief. What do you do with that one? As a reminder, this is the same company that has already removed love potions from the game. Because when your fictional character mixes a fictional concoction, emphasis on the cock, and feeds it to another fictional character, and that second fictional character is compelled by drugs to fall in love with whoever the target of the first fictional character's concoction is, they removed that because that was bad, because that was consent being breached. So we already learned about consent before, but now we need to learn about other consent. They actually did, D&D, based and red pill D&D of all editions, but mainly like the second edition, which is the funniest one. You just mind control people into whatever you wanted all the time. Like there were all sorts of ways to really do horrific things to people. Like you could mind control Jared Fogle and be like, you're not attracted to kids. You couldn't do it on Anderson Cooper. He's immune to mind control because he is a Fae. And the Fae are immune to mind control effects, so Anderson Cooper will always love kids. Good way is the big emphasis here. It sounds like NPCs in Vecna, Eve of Ruin, need to willingly share their secrets if the adventurers want to benefit from them. How do they? I don't know if you guys know this, but if you've ever met a D&D dungeon master, there's no such thing as a willing NPC. Like if you go up to an NPC and they're like, hey, I got these secrets, here you go. Like, first of all, you shouldn't trust them. Second of all, that never happens. Because this is dungeon mastered by like a guy. Like he's like, what do I want to torture these fucking idiots who are sitting at this table with me into doing before I willingly give them a secret from this unimportant character? Right? Like that's what, so they're like, oh yeah, actually, you do that after you kill all the rats in my house. Like go in there and they're like, there's just Jews in here. And he's like, yes. And you're like, oh my God. Like that's what happens when you play D&D. And I didn't say with funny people. I just meant that's what happens when you play D&D. It's always this shit. It's always something like that. They're like, well, look, we're out here looking for secrets. We're in the market for willingly given secrets. And like, I got some secrets. I'll willingly give them to you. After that's not willing. That's a trade. That's an exchange. These people are odd. Here we go. So Hammond says, if the characters earn the trust of NPCs, quote, these are secrets the characters can use to get mechanical benefits in combat or save up for the fight against Vecna. What is it like? Turn off the safety? Like, what is the mechanical benefit of the secret? It's not yet clear what the exact use of the secrets will be. But we're looking forward to making those discoveries. It's the royal we, I think, there, Molly. Vecna Eve of Ruin is released globally on May 21st, but Dungeons & Dragons fans can access it early by pre-ordering on D&D Beyond or heading to their local game store on May 7th. Wait, what? Is released on May 21st, but fans can go pre-order it or go get it at a local game store. Either one, like either one of those, just like, so it'll be released on May 7th, but it's released. Okay. More D&D updates. Be sure to follow Wargamer on Google News. Molly. Molly Russell is Wargamer's resident D&D guide specialist. She has a degree in creative writing and English literature, Oh, I know those are useless. And you can also find her writing at Pocket Tactics and in various poetry magazines. No. I don't believe it. She's covered some of the biggest and weirdest releases for Wargamer, including the D&D movie, Frosthaven. I actually like that, by the way. And Baldur's Gate 3. Molly is constantly playing in Dungeons & Dragons. No, she's not. She spends the majority of her time at Hot Topic or getting ready to go there. Oh, wait. I won't say Torrid. That's rude. Hot Topic. But she's still on a quest to try every tabletop RPG she can get her hands on. If you make one look like a pizza, I'm sure she'll get her hands on. An avid fan of Magic the Gathering drafts and horror board games, she will take any opportunity to info dump why Blood on the Clock Tower is the best social deduction game. And importantly, her. Importantly, that's a she, her. So, okay. All right. Guys, look, I know that this isn't important at all because it's just like, it's Dungeons and Dragons, which is long gone. Like Dungeons and Dragons used to be cool. Like not really, but it used to be cool. Like the kid that you go, oh, he used to be cool. Where's he now? Prison? For that school shooting? Why'd you say he was cool? He wore those dusters in the summer in Texas. We should have asked. We didn't, though. We should have asked what was under the duster, but we feared the answer. But that's what D&D's like. You're like, oh, yeah, that was cool one time. It's like, it's never really cool, though. But at least it wasn't this. Now it's mainstream. It's a mainstream product, mainstream news. It has, a hugely produced movie starring Chris Pine. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I watched it on a plane, though, so that could have had something to do with it. But it was fine. Like, this is a major billion-dollar property that's out there. And now it's just utter shit because of current year. Current year is everywhere. Current year is everything that everyone does. It is so fucking important now to shove some social issue into whatever product you're selling that you'd almost think there was like a whole like investment strategy around it or like a venture capital strategy around it, which of course there is. I know I'm being very subtle, but like it's so damn demoralizing, isn't it? Because don't you just want like now look, I know some of you are homosexual, so you disregard this. But don't you just want a game called like Guns and Titties or something where it's like big muscular dudes with like two giant machine guns, blam, 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 blam. And the magazines are shaped like women, like with their feet plugged into the bottom of the gun and they're like naked upside down. They shoot boob bullets or something. Like, can't we just have something like that is so over the top retarded and stupid and campy? But if we did, though, it would have a message behind it. That'd be the worst. That'd be the worst damn thing. Like some of the magazines would have to be fat for some reason. It's like, no, you should have to roll up a Playboy Playmate, not a Playboy magazine. Like roll up a Playboy Playmate. Hear all her bones popping, shove her into the fucking receiver and just boom, 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 shoot like skin bolts at people. That'd be cool. Something awesome with testosterone and motorcycles and fire, probably warthogs or something. I don't know. Who knows? We can't have that shit anymore. Because if you did, they'd be like, well, remember, diversity is your strength too. Even if it was done tongue-in-cheek, but it'd be done tongue-in-cheek, but it'd also be the way you win the game. Because they can't fucking make something anymore without some weirdo with purple hair, round John Lennon glasses with 100% less fatal bullets sitting there going, but have you considered the social ramifications of putting out this product? No, I was hoping for a bank ramification. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make oh God, can we all just be Steven Seagal? I know that's a curveball. Look, I was a big fan of Steven Seagal going into the early 2000s, all the way up through Exit Wounds, his magnum opus with DMX. Just kidding. Under Siege is still the winner, although my personal favorite is Out for Justice. But through through the DMX one. I just said it. Exit Wounds with DMX, Michael Jai White, Tom Arnold. Great movie. Lots of fun. After that, Steven Seagal really went downhill, and that's saying something. And he started making like 8 movies a year. It all costs $12 to make because it's just him and green screens or whatever. But he makes like $100,000 on each movie. So, like, they just go to DVD and then they sit on Netflix forever or Amazon Prime, and like eventually 45 people will watch these things like Attack Force 6 or whatever. They're going to watch them and he's going to get a check, and he'll have enough of these stupid movies out there that he's going to get a check for like $10,000 a month for the rest of his life off these stupid fucking movies. There's no messaging. There's nothing in there. He probably wants to save a seal or something because he's weird, or pretending he's Russian again. I'm not sure. While being in Louisiana, deputized, tackling people. I don't know what happened to that man. But he does that, and that's what I want people to make. Like, just make something that's going to make you enough money to do something else. But no, everything's got to be AAA. It's got to have a fucking message. It's got to have social impact and a moral authority to it. Otherwise, just get, well, what if you went out there and said the bad guys win? Well, they do. Didn't you watch 7 or the 2020 election? Bad guys win all the time. Anyway. Boosh McFadden says Wizards of the Coast are commie twats. Don't give them money. Wizards of the Coast doesn't own. Hasbro owns D&D. They own Wizards. So they own D&D. Yeah, okay, whatever. Weaponized Autism says can't work a mic. True. Can't turn on a fridge. True. Can't eat a sandwich. True. Peak entertainment. There we go. Shut Up I Can Cook says, hey, Nick, on a new laptop. What's up, Cookie? Please talk like Arab man about burqa or something. Oh, don't worry, Cookie. We have lots to do about with Wait, no, that shit. I drifted from Jihadi into Watto from the Space Jew from Star Wars Episode 1. All right, next. Atlas Knife and Tool says, please click the orange submit my vote button. Oh, shit, I will. Look, I'm going to prove it to you. Here it is. Submit vote. Thank you for submitting your coolest thing made in Iowa vote. There, we did it. We did it, brother. I should have paid attention to that. Thank you for letting me know I need to do that still. Real Patriot Party says your Xbox mini fridge CD eject button is a gimmick that just turns on the green light. Yes, I know. But the USB port is a functional power jack that will supply USB power and charge devices. Nice sandwich box. Wait. Oh, there is one down there. That's cute. TRSP says, we do have that. It's called Helldivers 2. The fuck is Helldivers 2? Oh, someone told me to try out Helldivers. Uncivil says, what the hell have you been up to? Oh, brother. Laying in bed dying every day. It was good. It was great. It was fantastic, actually. It's my favorite thing. From Wednesday of last week through pretty much today. Started getting a little bit better yesterday night. Was not good this morning. I get good near the latter portion of the day, which is nice. Did you get the coof? No, I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you in private. Long story short, it was a viral infection. It's not been fun, but I got it diagnosed and medicated and on the upswing. Like Tiger Woods' body count. Okay, so Cookie says, say a speech from your character. A car? Lol, come on. Oh my gosh, guys, I got followed by a great Twitter account. Let me see if I can find this one. And find who. Fuck. I need to find the notifications of only people who followed me. It was a guy who like draws Muhammad like for contests. And now I want to challenge him to a duel. Fuck, I don't know how to find this guy again. I'm going to find him somewhere. Somewhere I have to find this. But let's spend some time on Twitter for a second. Can we? Can we do this? Have you guys seen this Dan Henschel guy? Einar says, glad you're better, Nick. Cheers, my man. Cheers back to you, Einar. How you doing, man? You got a very suspicious profile picture there. Come to my country, we will throw you from roof. Just kidding. We wouldn't do that. Here we go. Look at this. So this is, I saw this today. Dan Henschel. He posted this a while back. He says, at the beach, where the hose at, cocky want boing boing. Guys. There's a post. Look, this guy posted this. Hilarious. I don't even know who this guy is. Do you guys know who Dan Henschel is? It's a real thing. This is a picture of him getting fired from Target. Look at those eyebrows. Colin Farrell would like to know your location. So he says, I'm glad you guys like my cocky want boing boing because it got me fired. Why? Why on earth does Target need to fire this guy for that? Where the hose at? Someone said planned. That's fine if it's planned. Doesn't matter. The sad thing is you could plan that he was going to get fired for that. Look, they should only be mad because he said cocky wants boing boing, which is high likelihood for penile injury, and Target would have to pay for that through their, their PPO plan or whatever. Nuclear Acorn, what are you talking about? He says, but my lawyer said that was only the first offer, so he had to tell me I declined it. He said, good, because it won't quit till you get 10K minimum. Oh, he says, my lawyer called me with a lowball offer of 4K for your accident. I wish all of my accidents were worth $4,000. Just kidding. They're worth much more than that. But yeah, so again, look, I saw this and I was like, wait, why? Like, why? Where did humor go? Where did any of this shit go? Where did anybody having a good time go? And where did honesty about human sexuality go? Like, look, I just want to point out that this man has no facial hair in this picture, which he either had a lawnmower accident, or he's the guy from Powder, or he had a wax problem. I'm not sure. But he's in this picture in the water, and he asks a valid question. Where the hose at? Because if you're a single guy, can't you ask where the hose at? No, you can't. We have to all pretend that like everybody is this sexless, joyless thing that exists. Like, well, sorry. No. You're a drone. You're a worker. Oh my God. It reminds me of completely acontextually, but here's what I was about to say. You represent Target Corporate. Can you imagine like the shift manager telling this guy like through the HR phone call or whatever, like that he can't work there anymore? It's like, and they're like, son, do you value your job here? And he's like, no, not at all. I'm like, you've heard this speech. It reminds me of when I was at Circuit City. I worked at Circuit City for several years back when it was commissioned. Then they stopped doing the commission sales. But before they did, they still had an appliance department there. My man Chuck was a chiropractor. And on the weekends, his chiropractic office was closed. So he came and sold appliances at Circuit City. Employee discount based. little bit of extra money. Plus, guess what? You can hand out your business card. If you see someone like, oh, right? Like, I want a washing machine. I tired of these front loaders. They're like, oh yeah, kind of sore on your back or whatever. I don't know what he did. Anyway, there's networking opportunities, plus just some extra income. Single guy, chiropractor, had a side gig. Well, one of his clients called him. I know I've told this story before, but it doesn't matter. One of his clients called him, is like, Chuck, my body hurts. Can you like come help me? It's like in the middle of the day on a Saturday. So he tells the boss, he's like, hey man, one of my clients is needs some professional care. I'm a chiropractor. I got to go. And the boss like, I'm sorry, you're here at Circuit City. He's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. Now laugh all you want because I am saying this. I'm a doctor of chiropractic care. I went to school for 2 years. What did you do? But no, so he's like, I'm a chiropractor. Like, this is my practice. These are my patients. I want to go help them out. The guy's like, well, Chuck, you're gonna have to make a decision right now. Your clients in your practice or Circuit City? And like just takes off his Circuit City shirt. He's like, here, and leaves. Obviously. But you know, like can you fucking imagine being in the meeting where you're getting fired for a tweet and they're like, you know, you represent the good name of Best Buy. The good name of Best Buy? I'm sorry. The shit you sell is literally harvested by African children with 2 fingers because each time they fuck up, the warlord takes them. Like, my God, you people are monsters. Not representing Best Buy very well with your Twitter account. Oh, I'm sorry. Put a fat chicken plaid on there, please. Save me. If you post, I feel it should be pound for pound, right? Like, I feel I should be able to make a whole lot of jokes if I just post one just very, very fat Tess Holiday with a couple, like, compliments. Like, it's really nice how the crease behind your knees could have taken the planes on 9/11 and those towers would still be standing. Like, that should get me a lot of bad shit on Twitter without getting, I can't be fired by, like, well, I could fire me. I tried. Ellie Fant says, I thought Nick only knew Walmart. No, well, Ellie, I know tons of stores. There's just not many around here anymore. But it's wild. Like these like sales managers or floor managers of these stores. Like, you know what? You devote 10, 15 years of your life here. You could be like me. Like, oh my God. I would rather have than that because it'd be faster. And they're like, you really make something of yourself here. When I worked at Target for a whole like not even 8 months. It was less than 6 months, I think. I worked at Target just out of college, worked the overnights, and then Lady Raggets had our 3rd miscarriage right before Thanksgiving. And that's when I had to stop working there because I was working overnight. She had the miscarriage after I left for the shift, and I got home and she just spent the whole night like, you know, weeping over that trauma. And I wasn't there. And like I should have been is how I felt. Right. And so the next couple of days I took off and then I was like, you know what? I told my boss, I'm like, this just isn't for me. Like, this isn't the job for me. The time slot. Funny story. Now I do overnights, but I was like, I can't do it anymore. But I remember the fucking Target mantra. It's like, oh, you know, you work in logistics. That meant stock boy. You work in logistics overnight for 6 months, and we're going to ask you where you want to be in the next 6 months. Like, I'm going to be here probably, I'm guessing, because you asked me where I'm going to be in the next 6 months. Like, you could get to corporate. Like, oh, wow. Thanks. Oh, if I just try so hard while I'm out here putting Campbell's soup on the fucking shelf, I can make it all the way to the merchandising department at the corporate office downtown. And then the possibilities are limitless. Unlimited. Like, the way that these mega corporations talk about you as if you're going to be CEO and like you know, just 5-6 years of hard work, you're going to own your own Target. It's like, that's not how that works. You don't own your own Target. That's not a franchise operation in that way. That's how McDonald's can work. It's not 5 years. It's a lot longer. Dairy Queen shorter. Burger King's way shorter because of the high suicide rate of owners. Because they went, I fucking pick a Burger King. God, I could have picked any. I would have rather managed a Long John Silver's through the recession than owned a Burger King. Oh my God. But seriously, turn over. Look, if you want to own something, you can own a Burger King pretty quick. Oh my God. Alex Scott Thompson says Long John Silver's still around. I don't know, but I would rather own a Long John Silver's that's gone than a Burger King that works. You don't want to do it. But that's what I'm saying. They act like this is the greatest opportunity you've ever heard, right? Like, oh, well, you just toil away here with that mop and bucket. Maybe you can wash your own clothes someday. It's all from that tweet. I thought it was funny. This guy's like, where the hose at? Where the hose at? You know where they're at. They're nursing or teaching. Why'd you even ask? TRSP says, Helldivers spread managed democracy to the rest of the galaxy by committing genocide on the bugs and the communist automatons. The 2-minute intro trailer is one of the funniest pieces of propaganda. Okay, when we switch to Rumble exclusively, you got to remind me. Elephant says, new phone, who dis? Shutback Cook says, okay, Nick, since no Akbar, lol, why you looking mix of greasy hair Italian and Jew man? Okay, PK to leave me alone in locals. Cookie, I love you. The reason I look like this is because every time my fever breaks, which is like 4 times a day, I sweat like gallons. But I'm not actually Italian, so I don't sweat olive oil. It's just the normal stuff. It's just vegetable oil or whatever. No, wait, that's Stephen Hawking. That was a Terry Schiavo joke in the making, and I ruined that one. I hate Greek people. No, my hair's just like, I put some shit in it to make it like not all frizzy. I am still recovering, Carmen. So speaking of Carmen recovering in fascism, like Helldivers, I was watching Starship Troopers the other day. Guys, I can't stand watching that movie. It's so fucking funny. Have you gone back and watched Starship Troopers? Not like I do. I say this to myself every like 2 weeks. I just got to go back and watch Starship Troopers again. Have you watched that movie and just gone, everything Michael Ironside said in this movie is the funniest thing that anybody's ever said in their lives. If you listen to that first class, he's like, that was with the failure of democracy. The veterans came together, restored order under a lasting social contract. Like, holy fuck. Like there was a military coup by the X-Mills. They came in and took over and were like, none of this democracy shit. You got to earn your right to vote. How? By paying taxes? No, you're all paying taxes. How do you do it? By being one of us. One of you guys fought old wars and you lived through them. Like, you don't have to do that again. They're like, yeah, we know. But you get to fight the new wars against the bugs that rip you apart and mangle your children and kill all the Mormons. Well, we don't mind that one. So stop it. Mormons are people too sometimes. And they're like, you get to go fight that one. You're like, okay. Like, and I get to do that for what? Everything. Like, what do you mean? Like voting? Yeah. Babies? Yeah. Politician? Yeah. Writing? Yeah. Journalism? Yeah. You get a license? Oh, you better fight in the fucking war. Which one? All of them. All the time. You know why? Because the Federation is always right. It's so goddamn good. I love that fucking movie. And Denise Richards is such a bitch in it. Oh, she's the worst. Go rewatch. Oh, she's everything she says in that movie just makes you want to take out a knife and stab it. Stab it right through the man that she's cheating on you with into her fucking cold heart, but you can never find it because she doesn't have one. She's so evil. Poor Johnny Rico. He's like a chiseled sculpture of a man. He's super nice. He's like, hi, Carmen. I can't do math, but that just means 1 + 2 = 2, right? Anyway, that's what and she's like, yeah. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, holy fuck. Like, she is brutal. He's like, that's okay. I'll keep coming by myself. And Dina Meyer's over here like, please, the floodgates are open. Sorry. The flood in Genesis was just Dina Meyer in that movie when Johnny Rico said, okay, Dizzy, I guess I'll hook up with you one time. Like, that's what happened. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights on the earth. Covered with a flood for 150 lasting days. Smelled weird, though. And then she dies. That's true. And it was stupid. It was stupid. God, I love that movie. I was watching that. I watched Undercover Brother. I've been bedridden, so I'm like watching movies. I'm like, oh yeah, these are fun. It's cool. Maggot Vomit says, who the fuck would read a Starship Troopers books? It's way different, though. The Starship Troopers book is a way different experience than the Paul Verhoeven adaptation of it. Because the Starship Troopers movie was Paul Verhoeven, who's a great corpo fascist satirist. And if you don't understand that about Verhoeven, you'll never understand any of those things. What happened to little curvy whiskey glass? It's just dirty. It's right here. I just need to take it upstairs and wash it. Your wife allows you to be bedridden? I mean, sometimes. When I'm literally dying. Starship Troopers is RoboCop with bugs? Kinda art. Starship Troopers on 4K on the big screen is a jaw dropper to watch. Yeah, because you get to see like just how unimpressive. That's rude to Dina Meyer. She's a nice person. But I got to say, all right, since we're talking Denise Richards movies, we got to do this. We're going to do a poll in the YouTube chat. Peak Denise Richards. We've got Wild Things. Damn. We've got Starship Troopers. No nudity, but damn. Actually, in the deleted scenes, there's like a half of a hint of a nipple right before he masterfully works his hand around that zipper and cups the boob. And then we've got one more, which is, of course, we got two more. Undercover Brother, Penelope Snow, otherwise known as White She-Devil. And then we finally have Other. Starting the poll right now. Look, Rumble people, I wish you could participate in polling. You're going to have to talk to Rumble about implementing polls. They discriminate against polls. That's me. Wasn't she in Blink 182? No. Her intro in Undercover Brother makes me so fucking happy. Like, send in black man's kryptonite. And it plays that fucking Britney Spears song. I want to be bad. And she walks in. She's got the like flowing hair, pink outfit. And she starts making immediate like black man dick jokes to Eddie Griffin. God, it's funny. All right. Wild Things is winning right now. Starship Troopers is barely behind. I think not enough of you have seen Undercover Brother, because to me, I would vote Undercover Brother right now. Like, to me, that is where she is the hottest. She's not the nakedest. She's the hottest. Dr. Christmas in 007. Dude, you know what makes me happy and mad about that movie? That was The World Is Not Enough with Pierce Brosnan. My favorite Pierce Brosnan movie is the Thomas Crown Affair remake. But The World Is Not Enough with Pierce Brosnan. The only reason that her name was Christmas is because at the end of the movie, he said, you know what? I thought Christmas only came once a year. That was it. That was the whole purpose. But that was the one where he got strapped to that thing. He's like, it's like this, so like makes him look buff. Like, cause see, like how my shirt is rippling against my chest, but that's not real. Like, that's fake. But he's strapped to that post thing. He's got the bolt like pushing into his spine. His legs are spread over that bench. And the evil hot chick is straddling his wiener. And she's like, you know what happens? She turns like the boat wheel, so it makes the bolt go into his neck harder. She's like, do you know what happens when your neck is suddenly severed? And he's like, I'm wearing pants, you dumb bitch. And she's like, you'll get the biggest erection of your entire life right as you die. And he's like, I'm wearing pants. And she's like rubbing her like lady bits on his pants as if she like does the neck break thing. His dick is going to Herculean rip through the fabric. That's not how that works, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this. Pants are sturdy. I ripped a pair of pants today, right in half. But it took a lot of effort. I didn't do it with my penis. I tried. I failed. So I picked them up with my bare hands. Then I used my teeth and scissors and blowtorch. Pierce Brosnan's dick was not going to so flood with blood that it was going to rip through the pants and then impregnate this super villainess through her like 18 layers of clothing because she's on TV. She's probably wearing Hanes under there or whatever. She's like, it'll be the greatest erection of your entire life. It'll pierce me all the way up to my heart. But my heart is cold and dead to you, Bond. So I won't fall in love with you, even though your semen will hit the back of my brain. It's a weird scene. I encourage you to go back and watch it and question everything you knew about Bond movies starring Pierce Brosnan. Because now that I think about that scene, I'm like, why was this even in this movie? And then I go to Casino Royale, whatever. I'm like, that was better. Where the guy just strapped that guy to the ball display chair with his nuts hanging down. They had the tennis ball. You just hit him with that. That was a better idea than that chick had. Arclight says, see you've thought about this a lot. No, I'm just thinking about it now. That's the problem. I watched that movie in theaters, and I haven't watched it since. And the only thing that made me laugh was, one, Denise Richards being a nuclear scientist, and two, him saying Christmas only comes once a year, and I'm like, and then I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, oh my God, that scene where she's torturing him with the neck boner machine. It's weird to say. Why is there a neck boner machine? Who invented that? Show of hands. What country most likely was the creator of the neck popping boner machine in The World Is Not Enough? The torture device. I want to know. What do people think? I'm going with Germany. I'm going with Germany. The World Is Not Enough torture machine. Oh my God, we could actually play this over on Rumble. Antique torture chair from the James Bond wiki. Here we go. Wait, Japan, France, Colombia, Russia, France, Russia, Germany. The antique torture chair was a fictional piece of torture equipment recovered during archaeological excavations of the Maiden's Tower, Istanbul. The device appeared during the 1999 James Bond film, The World Is Not Enough. During an archaeological excavation of the Maiden's Tower in Istanbul, an ornately carved, wooden, straight back torture chair was unearthed alongside several vases. Having to say vase instead of vase is actually a worse form of torture. The victim was shackled to the chair by a pair of metal cuffs attached to the sides of the seat and a further reinforced restraint that bound the neck. The torturer turned a wheel on the rear of the unit, extending a bolt which crushed the individual's neck, gradually strangling the victim with each turn of the screw. Having been captured by Elektra King and her men, James Bond was tortured on the chair and narrowly escaped strangulation. You know who didn't? Jeffrey Epstein. By the timely intervention of his ally, Valentin Zukovsky, who used his walking stick rifle to shoot and damaged an arm restraint, permitting 007 to break free. The ultimate fate of the equipment is unknown. 5 more turns and your neck will break. Elektra King to James Bond. If we want to see how Pierce Brosnan looked when his wife proposed to him, we've got it right here, actually. Will you marry me? Yes! I'm just kidding. Pierce Brosnan's wife seems like a lovely person. Oh my God. She's like, so tell me what categories of porn are on your watch list. He's like, ones where the man is less attractive than the woman. Like, it's just, can you imagine what this dude is doing every single day? Sitting there with this weird thing. Who's the chick though? This chick was hot. Who's Elektra King? We gotta find out. I recognize her face. Hold on. Who's she played by? Oh my God, I don't care about Sophie Marceau. I knew it was her. That chick has always been gorgeous. Well, not anymore. Sorry. She was born in 1966. There are limits, my friends. But Sophie Marceau, she's in a, let's see. Oh, well, she's well known for her appearances in La Boom and La Boom 2. Les Étudiantes, the studier, the student, I guess. Pacific Palisades, Fan, Revenge of the Musketeers. Oh, Braveheart. Yeah, she was the French chick in Braveheart. She was super hot in that. He's like, I'll owe you, always have, to his old wife, who's dead because she got her throat slit by that one guy. And he's like, well, you're like a French queen. And then he goes in there and he's like, Mel Gibson does the most like manly, imposing, rapiest stare ever when he finally shows up to the French chick. She's like, what are you doing to me? He's like, it's like the first time a guy sees like a full pound hamburger. He's just like, I don't know how, but I'm going to fit that in my mouth. That's what she looked like. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Sophie's husband was also a fruit. She's French. Like, you know. Okay, here we go. We're ending the Peak Denise Richards poll in 30 seconds. Get your last minute votes in. Starship Troopers is winning right now. Danny says Casino Royale is weird because the shower scene follows her talking about being human trafficked as a kid. 007 shows up and chokes her from behind. I'm like, the fuck? He's like, I'd love to take you back to your childhood. Wait, he'd have to say it in Spanish. Okay. That's bad. So I was thinking about, do you guys know they're making another Rambo? I think it's called Rambo Last Blood or Rambo New Blood. Rambo Last Blood was the last one. I think it's Rambo New Blood, where he's going to pass off being Rambo to the Punisher guy. You know, the guy that like everybody likes because he's weird looking, but he's cool. He's little. He's not big like Stallone. He's going to get some HGH. What's the guy's name? Art says, I want to see Ricada versus 1 pound hamburger stream. Oh, dude, I've eaten 1 pound hamburgers. No problem. John, what's his name? John Bernthal. Yes, Bernthal. That guy's the only, like, his nose is actually as big as mine. It's just his forehead protrudes out farther. And his chin does too, because he's like cool. I like that guy. What's your guys' favorite Punisher since he was Punisher? Mine is either Ray Stevenson or Dolph Lundgren. Like, I like John Bernthal, but Barenthal, whatever it is. I liked him as Punisher, don't get me wrong. Dolph, thank you. Thomas Jane, wrong. Boosh, you're booted. You're banned. Dolph is best. Dolph, yes. Look, I know many of you may have passed this up, but Punisher Warzone, when you first watch it, you're like, what the fuck is this? Now hear me out. And I will quote Drexel on this. You don't have to take my... Look, I know I've burned credibility on who is the best Punisher with you guys. So don't take my word for it. Please listen to the words of my wiser, whiter friend Drexel. Nick, my man fired a rocket launcher and blew up a parkour guy mid-side flip. He had a goddamn missile hit a guy doing a side flip over some buildings. What the fuck is this? I'm going to do a what next. Drex is going to come out sometime soon. And we will do probably on locals, I guess. You can't do watch parties on Twitch anymore. We're going to do a watch party of Punisher Warzone on locals. I think we have to. Because you have to see what happens when a black man watches a movie like Punisher Warzone. When Ray Stevenson punches a man's face all the way through to the drywall behind his spine, you have to see how hard I get physically damaged because Dracula goes, ah, and shakes me like a child in China. Jesus Christ. Have you ever watched a movie, The Black Person? My life insurance company won't cover me. They're like, well, I'm sorry. You're friends with a black man that's bigger than you? I'm like, look, every man is bigger than me. Have you seen me? I'm pathetic. They're like, yeah, but a black one? Like, if every man is bigger than me, then all the black men are too. Some of them are really gay. Well, that's true. That's true. But they're like, yeah, sorry, we can't insure you for any damages, or death sustained while watching a movie near a black man. You can't do it. I had to call up Lloyd's of London just to watch movies near Drexel on stream. True story. This is a true story. When Snakes on a Plane came out in theater, me, Lady Raggets. So it's Lady Raggets. This is the seating arrangement we had at the movie theater. Lady Raggets, me, Drexel, Lady Raggets' cousin, who's her bestie or whatever, in the theater. Her cousin had never watched a movie with Drexel before. I've seen many movies with Drexel before. I know you wear padded clothing. You just have to. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. It's like when you go to it's like when you go to a hockey game and your seat just says the center of the ice. Like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And you're like, yeah, well, a bunch of Scandinavians are going to skate around, or Canadians or whatever. They're going to run you over and hit you and stuff. That's what it's like watching a movie next to Drexel. So every time Samuel L. Jackson said anything even approaching remotely funny, Drexel goes, ah! raises his hand. His hand is the size of a fucking tent. And he slams it right down on Lady Rackets' cousin's thigh. By the end of that movie, her leg was blacker than him. He's just like, ah, bam! And she's just like, oh, God! She's like crying and screaming in the theater. And I'm just like, it's not me. I get to live through this. I always strategically would place when we'd go out as a group, like as kids being, like 19 or whatever. And I go out with Drex and his brother, who was a little older than us. I would always sit next to his brother. I never wanted to sit next to Drex. No, I let one of the other stupid white guys sit next to Drex. Those retards don't know how to watch movies. White people, they're like, oh, we got to be quiet and not answer our phones. I'm like, no. You have to watch a movie the black way. Don't watch a movie the Mexican way. That's where they're cleaning the aisles during the credits. But watch movies the black way, where you're loud, obnoxious, and hilarious the entire time. But sit next to his brother, because he doesn't abuse you. Drexel abuses the entire earth around him. Anytime something funny happens, you're in for pain, a world of pain. You're entering a world of pain. All right, shut the fuck up, Donnie. Okay. What do we got? Oh, shit. Red Rum. Did I read this? He says, it's a fake post, you sped. He's really... Wait a minute. No. No. How dare you, you fucker. This guy? Red Rum says, this is a fake post. How dare you? Skip this boring topic and prepare for your show for once. Hey, Red Rum. First of all, can I call you refused ejaculate? Listen, refused ejaculate. I haven't started preparing for my show ever. You think I'm going to start now because of you? Because of you? Because of this weirdo? You think I'm going to start now? Because of you? What have you done for me lately? You stopped sending me asshole pictures. Wow. Shut up, I can cook. Send me a sticker. Also said, lol, Nick, please tell KPK to stop sexually harassing me in locals. The white boy, lol. No, listen. I'm sorry. Cookie, you posted your legs in chat the other day. This man is in milk chocolate heaven. What are you talking about? He's going to sexually harass you all he wants. Renee Villarreal says, when sister and white. Wait, what? Hold on. When sister and white should fighting in the dudes, just grab a bucket of popcorn. Watch them fight in the shower. When sister and white should fighting in the dudes, just grab a bucket of popcorn. Watch them fight in the shower. I actually know what he's talking about. I had to disambiguate for a second. Undercover Brother, when sister girl and white she-devil. When Denise Richards and whatever the less attractive black one's name was, they're fighting. And like the three dudes stop fighting and pull up chairs and like they got popcorn and sodas. That is the funniest shit. That is the funniest shit Undercover Brother is brilliant. When he approaches Mr. Feather at the golf course, and he's like, knock, knock. He's like, who is it? He's like, Kung. Kung who? Kung Fu. And he busts the door down. Like, that's funny. And then he like overpowers Mr. Feather. Then Mr. Feather starts throwing stuff at him. He's like, stop stealing my things. Security. And then he catches the money. He goes, and he keeps it. Oh my God. Undercover Brother had so many fucking great jokes. So many great jokes. All right. Guys, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. A little longer than I planned to get to the Rumble Flip. We're going to do the Rumble Flip. And after we do, I've actually got a sponsor for the show today. And I'm going to preview this. I'm not going to do the ad read before the flip. I'm going to do it after. It's the Wellness Company. Do you guys remember the Wellness Company? Someone made a stink about the Wellness Company the other day. And I was like, I will definitely do infinite more subscriptions from the Wellness Company. That's all I want now, is to do Wellness Company ad reads. Like, please, please, please. So, the Wellness Company has decided to sponsor the show this week. We've got 2 ads from them this week, one today, one in a different day. We'll figure that out. I don't care when. Today is the first show. We're going to do the full ad read when I get back. But for those of you who might not be here when I get back, go to twc.health, the wellnesscompany.health/knows. And then use promo code knows. Save yourself some money if any of their services are right for you. They've got a script for me to read. Of course, I'm going to tell you about it and read it. We'll do that when we get back. I love when companies send me scripts. I do. But look, this is about a contagion kit. I know, briefly, one of the things they sell is like a bunch of basic, like these are old tested medications against old tested contagions and shit like that. If you're not available, or if you're not able to access regular services, that's the type of stuff. You can't get to your doctor, right? Like there's some catastrophe out there. Your car breaks down. There's some hurricane. There's some snowstorm, whatever it is. This is the type of shit you can keep around if you can't get to your doctor. You can have it on hand. It's for some basic stuff. It's tried and true shit, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We'll read what they say. We'll read what they say when we come back. But for now, I'm going to flip over to Rumble. Look, if you're on YouTube, you like the show, coming to Rumble, you're not coming to Rumble. Hopefully you're coming. Just go ahead. And I don't care about Rumble. Hopefully you're just coming in general because I love you and I want you to have release. Click the like button on your way out, on your way in, and on your way in between. Come join us on Rumble. You can find us in the pinned comment on YouTube chat or in the description on YouTube chat as well. Also, you can find the Wellness Company link in the description on YouTube chat. So go check them out if you're looking to have emergency backup shit. I'm not telling you to use these guys as your doctor. I'm not retarded, right? But have you ever been to your doctor? I love my doctor. She's awesome. Super nice. My doctor has never given me a definitive answer on a single goddamn thing on the planet. I just like going in and being like, hey, what's up? My kids hang out with your kids sometimes. Yeah, that's great. I'm Catholic. Me too, kind of, but not really. And like, that's about it. But if I ask my doctor, I'm like, so by the way, I have this thing going on with this like system in my body, or like I sleep too much. Well, let me refer you to a specialist. Like, do you know anything at all? Well, no. I'm literally a referral writer. And I can write basic prescriptions over basic things. Like, you need amoxicillin. Why? Well, you have a viral infection, but amoxicillin is that's a penicillin derivative. That's an antibiotic, not antiviral. Yeah, it's viral, we think. You don't know? No, we have no way to know if it's viral or not. Probably not bacterial, but we're going to give you amoxicillin anyway. But doesn't that make actually just resistant strains of whatever could be out there that I don't have right now? But what if you do have a bacterial one? I'm like, I don't know. Do I have a bacterial one? We don't think so. Why are you giving me an antibacterial agent then? General practitioner doctors. That's like going to the library and asking how to cook a souffle. Not to the librarian either, because they'd recommend a book, but a janitor who would recommend his Rape Shack. Because remember, library janitors are government employees. What are government employees? Repeat after me. Rapists. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. Thank God. Now that we're all on the same page. Anyway, your general practitioner is like a government employee. They're like a rapist that doesn't rape you, but government employees actually do. That's the big difference. They don't know anything. They're fucking like, they go through all of this stuff and you're like, Why didn't you just go be an OBGYN and make $1 million a year? And they're like, because I wanted to treat people. And you're like, women, well, no, they're not. No, I get it. But you could have made $1 million a year instead, just looking at vaginas. She's like, but I have one of those. Yeah, but they're all different. Like, couldn't you just make $1 million a year? Like, go be an anesthesiologist, make $2 million a year. Like, but numbers are hard. You aren't Asian. General practitioner doctors, not even once. You go because your insurance requires you to. That's it. Dumb system. You know how much cheaper medical care would be if you just went up to like, actually, I need a cardiologist. Why? I don't know. My heart hurts. And not emotionally. Like, it literally hurts right now. Can I just go to the cardiologist? I'm like, well, no, go get a referral first from a person who doesn't know how to fix a heart. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, let me just walk over to my general practitioner. When can I get a schedule? 6 months. Oh, cool. We can schedule with a nurse practitioner tomorrow, but they know even less than my doctor. Like, all they're going to do is write a slip that says you need to go to a doctor who knows anything. Oh, that's right. Think about the American medical system that is entirely based on the insurance company wanting you to die before you get care. You're like, oh yeah, general practitioners. I've seen a family once. It's a tough racket telling him how to get medical care, right? It's so fucking irritating. Ari. What's up, Ari? Ari says, hi, friend. Ari, I need to interview you on like 38 different things. I'm sorry. I pulled back from everybody and I stopped talking to everybody who's cool. And I only talk to people who aren't cool, which is just me. But we need to set up a show. I'm going to send you a message on Instagram and let's set up a show. You've been covering a bunch of subjects that we need to cover or that I need to cover, and you're on them already. So why would I like try and outdo work that you've already done very well? So I'll send you a message. All right. All right, guys, we're going to pop over to Rumble. 25 seconds will be Rumble exclusive. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. By quick, I mean not quick. And then we'll get into the rest of the show. We'll do the ad read for the wellness company, which is my favorite company for doing the same thing that my general practitioner does, which is nothing. But guess what? They're cheaper. All right, guys. See you soon. Peace. Peace. You're going to be on Tim Pool tomorrow, Ari? Wait. I have the most important advice for you real quick before we switch. Tim Pool is a bunch of expensive whiskey. But he doesn't drink expensive. I don't know what he drinks. I think hippie sweat or whatever. He doesn't drink expensive whiskey. Go grab the best bottle that he has and just drink it and enjoy it. He won't care. He loves you. Plus, you're way cuter than his entire staff and him combined. Because one hair strand of yours is more hair than he has under that beanie. Also, Tim Pool is short, and I love him. And I would love to come back to Washington, D.C., or wherever he is now, and do his show again. Because he's a good dude, despite the fact that I make fun of him. See you guys on Rumble. Peace. Peace.